All right, welcome to the Name Topic Podcast. Why are you missing one? Did he come back? Okay. All right, welcome to the Name Topic Podcast, my friends. Sorry for the delay. We had Paul to wait for on the other side. He was live streaming, and I think his beard got in the way too. But we are here. We are here. We're live. We are all hollowing the night that Hall Night Silk song comes out. And it's the Excitement Hype Podcast. Where's Josh? Josh is in PAX West. And so shout out to Paul. To Josh over at PAX West. Hopefully he brings us some cool souvenirs to the next podcast and some footage to show us of what's going on in the atmosphere over by close to the Nintendo headquarters, right? It's in Seattle, Washington, right? The Nintendo headquarters.
Redmond,
and so
and Seattle's like 12 miles away or something.
And I don't want to talk about PAX West that much, so don't bring it up because I'm a little bit heartbroken. I'm supposed to be there too, but all the channel stuff that happened, delayed me from being there. But maybe this guy was just protecting me from the trip or whatever. But you know what? I'm here today. We're here now, and this is the entire podcast. We are talking about Hall Night, and we're talking about Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary. But before we get there, we have to introduce you the All-Star cast, starting with DJ, Joycey, Zelda's mama, Link's favorite auntie.
Hello, everyone.
DJ Joycey, there's something missing. DJ Joycey's Zelda's mama, something. The Queen of Hyrule.
Zelda's mama, Link's favorite auntie. Okay, I'm Urbosa's favorite auntie, and nobody's more auntie than Urbosa.
Yeah. You're right.
She's like the best. She's like the coolest aunt ever. Okay, side quest. Okay, Urbosa is like the auntie that'll catch you in the club when you're too young to be in there, and she's gonna make you leave. She's gonna make you leave, and she's gonna tell your parents, but she's at least gonna stop at Waffle House first.
Okay.
So it's not that bad, because
I get.
You see what I mean? Soften the blow.
Yeah. And we have here Paul, the Beard Network. What's up, Paul, Beard Network?
Growing out the beard, I decided to shave yesterday morning and instead of shaving right before the podcast, and this is what happens when I make that decision. You know what I mean?
When you shave your beard, just okay, Paul.
Yeah. What did you do? Did you try to shape it?
I mean, I shave it just enough so that it's a line instead of a little bit less windy.
So it doesn't look like
not total foresty.
Yeah. I mean, people think you look like Chuck Norris. Who else you look like? They got Chuck Norris,
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, couple people. And I want to say a big shout out to everyone watching us on X. We got watching on Facebook. We got people watching on Twitch. We got people watching on YouTube, of course, and on Kick. So I want to wake up everybody on Kick. This is basically the official. We've been live streaming, kind of testing the live stream over on Kick to see how everything goes. But we are now officially streaming also on Kick. So make sure to follow on all social media just to make sure you get the latest and greatest podcast, right? Of the podcast on Friday nights. Because things have been happening, guys. Things are happening this week. Our last podcast, we did was it a reaction of the Hall Night event? Right, and then the reaction to the the Kirby Air Riders Direct, right? That was the last podcast. Guys, remember? No, remember? No, remember?
I had a fluctuating fever last week, so I don't even know what I said.
and okay, so last podcast was the Kirby Air Riders kind of reaction to that. That was a big deal. Awesome game, and then also the Hall Night Silk song. Countdown to the trailer. And so, today we got some new information on Hollow Knight. By the way, I gotta put this out there. Team Cherry, you are the GOATS. I gotta put the S there because it's a team. A team, not just one person. Team Cherry are the GOATs. Okay, why are they the GOATs? Because they dropped the price today. The price for Hollow Knight Silksong is officially $19.99. You're getting a game that's double the size, okay, double the hype, for just $5 more than the original Hollow Knight game. So for those of you Hollow Knight fans watching, and we have a whole bunch of them. We finally made it to 54,000 subscribers again on the channel today. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Yeah, our channel, by the way, if you looked at the channel, we're out of the hole. We're back to normal. Yesterday's video, we got 14,000. Today, we got 2 videos. One of them 8,000 that came out. I don't know what the other video was, but all on Hollow Knight hype, you know? And so, $19. $19. Let's get the first reaction from the crew on that. Joycey, $19 for a game as hype as Hollow Knight. What are your thoughts?
I'm super hyped for Hollow Knight, but yo, real quick, I just saw a whole bunch of subscribers come through. Yeah, I just saw a whole bunch of subscribers come through on the channel. Shout out to Skylander Jesse, Marina Salmon, Sushi. Shout out to Boomini. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't find the gifted one. Shout out to Boomini.
Oh my God.
Alex Camacho, Holy Light, Vanitas, Vincius Finamori. I hope I said that right. Mahalo Well and Gaming with Krish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, being a friend to the channel. And Boomini, thank you for being an excellent co-host.
Yes.
Just because y'all don't see her don't mean she ain't part of the show, but she part of the show.
Yeah, she's an honorary co-host of the channel. And she's I have to give her like some shares to the Odyssey channel. Give some shares.
We're gonna have to do that. Gotta put her on the payroll.
By the way, she also has in the mail going out this week. She has 2 T-shirts and a hat going right here, and an amiibo from my my collection here. So
nice.
It's all going out to be Boomini for her amazing support on the channel. Incredible. Thank you so much. And through the lows of the channel, because we hit low. Boomini showed up like crazy, and it was just I really don't have it. I don't have the words, but thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
We so appreciate you, Boo.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes,
Boomini for gifting 1 sub on my channel too.
Wow, I missed that one too. I'm messing up tonight.
So perfect.
No, it just happened just now.
Thank you guys.
All right, so
okay, $20. Oh yeah, is it $19.99 or basically, or is it just Is it $18.99?
$19.99.
It's $20. $20 for a quality video game. You know what, Team Cherry, you mad lads, you didn't have to, but you did. But you didn't have to, because I really believe that they could have gotten away with a solid $30
and $49. $49 easily.
And people would pay because the game is worth it. Because you know what I mean? But also, I think Hollow Knight sold 15 million. So I mean, you know, I think they're just kind of saying something that I kind of wish a lot of companies would say in certain instances, but I think they recognize, yes, the game took a lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears, all of that. I can't wait to see somebody play it. It's not my jam, but I can't wait to see somebody play it. It's, I know that they put all their love, sweat, and tears in it and everything. And they said, you know, we're going to take I believe they probably sat back and said, since it's just 3 of us, we can sit back and we know the fans are going to buy this. And if when they're going to release it physical next year, we know the fans are going to buy this. We know the fans are excited. They've been asking us for all these years. We can, because it's kind of a risk, in my opinion, to go that low, especially on a sequel. But I think they could. I think they're gonna see really big wins on this, really big returns, because I think it's gonna do the same as the first one, I think 10 million minimum.
Yeah.
And that's only because sequels are sometimes kind of tough. So 10 million minimum.
Yeah. I mean, minimum. I agree with you. Minimum 10 million is fantastic. You know. And so Paul, what do you think? $20. Hollow Knight Silksong, I have to say the most anticipated indie game in a while.
Agree.
I think it's a great price and definitely cool on Team Cherry for doing it, because on the one hand, ego could have potentially gotten to their heads and said, we know we've been working on this for 7 years. We know that our little team has put in a lot and it has cost us a lot. And our old game is hot stuff that sold 15 million bucks. We could get away with selling this thing for $40 or something like that. You know what I mean? But no, they would rather please as many of those 15 million fans as possible, which also speaks to how confident I think they are in the product, knowing that we could sell it for $20, which is probably less than it's worth, because the quality of how good of a game it is, how long it took, and how big it is, and all of that probably equates to it being worth more than 20. But we'll give it for $20, and we'll just see the people come in, and we will win our money and our time and our effort in terms of raw quantity in the reviews, and then the word's going to spread. So, hey, we could sell 10 million, easy, digestible $20, and you're looking at a massive amount of profit. Meanwhile, $20 is also such an attractive point that all of the hype being circulated around it could generate more hype and folks buying the original Hollow Knight in anticipation for what is everybody talking about this Hollow Knight 2, and see that, level of success. Which then those people that buy Hollow Knight now for the first time, that's earning Team Cherry money on something old, passive money almost, and then them double dipping, or continuing, I should say, in Hollow Knight 2. So it works all around. It's overall really good to see, and that to me is just shows some faith in their product, and right by consumers. They didn't have to, but that's pretty sweet. It's probably gonna be a Game of the Year contender, I feel, and not like just a indie game. And there should be no word "just" in front of it. No, indie game and then big publisher game. But I guess we do say the word just because it is known to be of a smaller studio, smaller budget. But the game's probably going to be of high enough quality that, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in contention with Donkey Kong Bonanza, Split Fiction, Clair Obscura, Expedition 33, Metro Prime 4 Beyond. I'm happy for them. I hope they have a massive success on their hands.
Now let me go ahead and run some numbers here really quickly here, just to give you an idea. And again, this is just a rough number. This is not taking away
a smooth number.
Yeah, and this is taking away maybe the percentage that this is not taking away a percentage that the eShop takes away from every sale. All eShops around, all shops like digital shops, right? Hollow Knight Silksong. Hollow Knight the game for an indie studio that doesn't answer to anybody, because that's what indie is, okay? So if you're looking for indie, the definition is indie is not small, indie is not big, indie is independent. They don't answer to anybody. They answer to themselves. They are free to create whatever they want and take as long as they want and release it when they think it's ready. Okay, Hollow Knight, this is not even a rough draft, not even adding the cents and whatever to the set. Made approximately $196 million. Okay, $196 million. Now let's say in basic math for us, they divide that $196 million between all the three developers. That's $65,300,000 each. you know. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, I can live 8 years off of that. I can take my time. My sweet time off of that. Live $1 million a year and just relax. You know what I mean? And so they're not. They are small, but they're not small in their pockets. They're doing pretty well. So this Hollow Knight Silk Song, I'm sure they invested more money than they did with Hollow Knight, the original game, and we have our first pink super chat. I'm just random.
Whoa.
Random with it. Love pink though. That's awesome, right?
That's one of my favorite colors.
Mr.
Yeah,
Black again.
Where's
Thank
the
you,
pink
Mr.
from?
Black.
What's the
Mr.
pink?
Black. That is $50, my friend.
That's a pink. Is that for Paul? Is that for your channel?
Mr. Black just donated $50 in your channel.
Oh, my channel. Okay, thank you, Mr. Black. I appreciate it. I don't know what that little sign, that little S behind next to the name. Oh, this is only on StreamYard, right? You don't see that on the other chat. But thank you, Mr. Black. Pink rules.
And let's make sure
Thank
we
you.
read it. It says, I'm just random with it. I love pink, though. You know what, Mr. Black? I also love hot pink. I have a hot pink couch in my living room. I have hot pink sticky notes. I have my nails actually glow in the dark.
Yeah. And just for that next podcast, I will wear a pink shirt. And
it has to be hot pink.
Hot pink? I don't have a hot pink shirt though.
I can get my Kirby shirt real quick if you want me to wear something pink.
Well,
you know
I have
what?
a Kirby
Yes,
shirt.
Paul, I do.
That's the one that I was talking about.
That is your penance for being so late today.
Yeah, I got a pink shirt and I have a Kirby shirt, so I was gonna wear a pink shirt. The pink shirt.
Okay, go get your Kirby shirt too. I'll wait.
No, it's not ready. It's not ready.
What if you gotta iron it, just spritz it down real quick with some water, throw it in the dryer on high for like 10 minutes. That's the I gotta run out of the house real quick.
My wife doesn't let me touch the laundry, and watch soon let my wife. I made a few mistakes along the way. With some.
Did you turn an entire white laundry basket like pink or something because you threw in a red sock?
Yeah, some from some.
And I was not late. I was community building, acquiring people for the podcast.
You were late, Paul. There's no excuse.
But your shirt is fabulous.
The black on your face now like goes with the black on the shirt. It kind of like stands out more.
I dig it. I can dig it. I like it. It's fabulous.
Real quick,
when Paul was talking about how there's a chance that Silksong could be a GOTY contender, I was thinking about Claire Obscure. Claire Obscure is indie as well, right?
Yeah, Expedition 33 is also indie.
Could it be the year of indies at the Game Awards show?
Oh my god, I would love to have more than one indie game in the contendership or game of the year. That'll be
Claire Obscure, Silksong, Metroid Prime 4. What came out on PlayStation and Xbox this year? Anything? DK. And then we got a Okay, but those are indies. Any like what we consider AAAs? Any big monster games?
Ghost of Yote is coming out in October.
My mic is pink.
I think that'll still qualify for this year's GOTY too. So that could work. So it'll be DK, Metroid Prime 4, Claire Obscure, Silksong, and the game that Paul just named.
What was that one? Which one?
Ghost of Yotoy.
Yeah. And
I think that could be the list.
Don't forget the Ubisoft game. What was that game again? The Samurai. What's that? Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's also a very good game.
That came out this year?
Yeah, it came out this year.
Lord, I gotta get it together, child.
Yeah, it came out this year. I know because they gave me a review copy. Sorry, I didn't make a review copy in that. Sorry, because it's PlayStation. But I didn't get it. I'm gonna get. They already reached out to me. They're sending me a review copy for Switch 2. So Once it comes out on Switch 2, then I'll give you guys my my opinions opinions on it.
Woo.
But yeah. Oh, Phantom Boy is saying that my microphone thingy is pink. It is pink now, but it didn't start pink. I don't know how it got pink. It was red.
It faded
it's
a
actually,
little bit.
Yeah, it's actually the same pink as the super chat. So
We got to coordinate. Oh,
Right.
I'm not actually coordinated, but I am wearing one of my Zelda shirts.
yeah, there you go.
There we go. That's what's up.
There we go. All right, so
I was just gonna say, I think that's gonna be the GOTY lineup, and I like that. That just seems fair because that's what I've heard about. I've heard nothing but good things about Clair Obscur. I've heard nothing but. Well, I know we're anticipating Silk Song, but everybody's already saying, "No, this is it. We're happy," kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've heard you guys talk about DK. Other people talk about DK. And I think if Metroid Prime 4, and I think Metroid Prime 4, the next direct, I know I'm kind of going a little all over the place. The next direct, I think that's going to blow us out of the water, and I think that could be a GOTY contender because they showed us so little of Metroid, even though when we went to the Switch 2 experience, it was so small.
It was small.
That I'm like, I know Nintendo's got all kind of tricks up their sleeve that they're going to show us in the next trailer. So
yeah,
something to think about.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the first topic really quickly here. Of course, it is Hollow Knight Silk Song. Let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and recap really fast here. So, Hollow Knight Silk Song, the years long wait is finally over. Hollow Knight Silk Song has an official release date of September 4th, my little baby's birthday, 2025. This was confirmed in a special announcement video from Team Cherry, following a brief mention at Gamescom opening night live at Live 2025, ONL 2025. Gameplay and demos, the new gameplay footage and a playable demo were showcased at Gamescom 2025. The demo gave players a look at the game's new protagonist, Hornet. I love Hornet. And the Kingdoms of Farloom. The Kingdom of Farloom. Reviews from those who played the demo highlight the game's vibrant new environment and Hornet's more agile and offensive-focused combat style compared to Knight from the original game. For those of you who don't know, Knight is a little character. He has three names. Like people call him Ghost. Some people call it Knight. I like to call him Knight. And then some people call him like, I think Hollow. I don't know. Let me know in the chat what do you call the little character. I call him Knight. It's cool. He doesn't officially have a name. He has a description. And so, yeah, the little fighter guy, I call him Knight. And so the game is different in a way where it's more of an offensive type of game. Like you're on the offense a lot. You're attacking a lot. Why? I explained this today in one of the videos. If you guys want to catch the video today, I released 2 videos today for Hollow Knight. One yesterday. One of them having to do with the new mechanics of the game. Where like in Hollow Knight, if you have not played Hollow Knight, when you attack, there's like a little meter that fills up, right? And so that meter, you can either use it to release an attack or to fill up your health bar, right? And so in Hollow Knight, you if you have a little bit of juice in that little meter thing, you could use it to fill in 1 or 2, let's say hearts. They're not really hearts, they're like little skulls or whatever. You can fill in 1 or little 2 hearts from his life. If you have a little bit. In Hollow Knight Silk Song, that's not the case. You have to fill in the meter all the way before you're able to use that to replenish your health, which is different. So it makes you want to attack more and get that meter filled up really fast so that you can, so that's why it's more offensive. You're attacking more, and I think it's cool. It's because Hornet has a really cool, a lot of good skills in attack thingies. Like she throws stuff and she does this little wiggle, like this little like wiggle thingy that's a whole bunch of little lines around, and then she jumps up and he kind of like just zooms into you, and it's really cool. It's awesome. I
Like a hornet.
Like a hornet. Yeah,
like a hornet.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all
like a
remember
hornet.
like what year was it where we had the murder hornets?
I don't know. Oh, I remember
That was a couple years ago. Remember that?
The NBA.
No.
What are you talking?
You don't remember the story?
Wait.
The actual hornets who knew
Oh,
you by face.
Oh
and
yeah,
if
that was,
one. And if you killed one, like if one's attacked you and you kind of
yeah,
try to kill
they
one,
remember
whole
you. That
family
was-
coming after you.
Yeah, I think that was 2021, right after 2020. We got all that.
It
The
was a
hornets
wild.
after-
It was a wild 5 years. 2020
Yeah,
kicked off some of the
crazy.
weirdest Twilight Zone stuff.
That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. So it'll be available on Game Pass on day one. If you have Game Pass, then you don't have to spend $20. But you can get it on Game Pass on day one. What else? Ripple effect. A sudden announcement of the release date has caused several other indie games to delay their own September releases. This is how big this release is, guys. That this Hollow Knight announcement called not a ripple effect. It's like a meteor hitting the water. Everything else needs to move out of the way because Hollow Knight is finally landed, and you don't want to launch your indie game next to that one. You're gonna get, you're gonna get like swallowed up, right? And so, a lot of other indie devs around have said, you know what, we need to delay our game. Our game is done. There's nothing, we're not delaying it because it's that we're just delaying it because we don't want to be around Hollow Knight. We need to give some space so that we can properly, promote our game. Now, is this a bad thing for the industry if it's or not? It is what it is. It's just how the industry works, right? On one game grows so much, it becomes a phenomenon, and I'm pretty sure that when Michael Jackson landed and did the moonwalk for the first time, and that album dropped, nobody else wanted to drop their album near that one. You know what I mean? It's just how it is, right? When you have this big thing happening, you want to create some space and so that your thing doesn't get swallowed up. And that's what's happening right now. We have developers that are delaying their games so that Hollow Knight could have that little Alma says he
I think
I
today's
get it.
MJ's birthday.
MJ, it is.
I think
It
so.
is. Oh my god! Look at me mentioning MJ just like that, man. And so,
I missed it,
yeah,
music.
I agree with Alma. It was. I remember where I was sitting down when I heard the news. Horrible day. But anyway, now the question lies. Now that we know, I'm not gonna talk about the story. I'm not gonna tell anything. I'm not gonna go into the any spoilers about the game or anything like that. But of course, it is the most anticipated game. I mean, literally, this game has became a myth for Nintendo Directs in the past for years. For indie game showcases, for Xbox, for PlayStation, everywhere. Hollow Knight Silksong was in the comments, and somebody threatening to riot if it wasn't there.
We threaten to riot no matter like all the time. Like don't talk about it, be about it. Are we rioting or not?
Yeah, so somebody was always rioting, even if they're on their front lawn with their little picket fence, little sign. If Hollow Knight wasn't in their direct, so I mean, it became a beast of its own. Like I said, look at all the money it made, and so the question is, before I throw it to the cast here, will Hollow Knight Silksong live to the hype? The anticipation for this game has reached mythical proportions. Okay, it was a myth.
Mythical as the game was for years.
Yeah, it's like a myth became an instant legend, right? While the demo reviews are positive, the true test will be if the full game can meet the astronomical expectations of the fan base that have been waiting for years. It's like I'm like, they're in a great spot because they don't have to spend a dime on promotion, right? They don't have to rely on anything to promote that game. But then again, that spot is also a really fine, a really very scary place to be too, with the high expectations that fans also set. So, question for the crew: after years of speculation and memes, like thousands of memes, does the release date feel real? Are you more excited now that it's confirmed, or has the long wait tempered your enthusiasm? I'm gonna start with Paul. What do you think, Paul?
I actually hope they delay it because I was more excited for the hype building up to finding out about it, and now that I know about it, the hype is gone.
Oh, they want to ban you.
That would have been a good cold open, you know.
Yeah, it would have.
No, I'm excited, and I think the hype is going to. The game is going to live up to the hype. I think what's safe though is don't put all of your eggs in one basket in life. Like, you shouldn't live only for one movie, one game, one TV show, one anything, and for it to hold so much weight. Because if you're looking for that Star Wars episode, whatever, and that's the only thing you're focused on, and nothing else matters, and if that movie doesn't deliver, don't be depressed over nothing. Look for everything and find joy in everything. So hopefully someone out there hasn't been holding on for every direct, and like Hollow Knight Silksong is the absolute end all be all for them, and that they were enjoying games over the years. And I think that is most people out there. But if anybody is just of that sentiment of like, this one thing better be it, or else I'm going to be mad. Dude, don't be mad. Like, it's going to be a great game. Could it be the second coming for you? Probably not, but maybe. But I think it's going to be awesome. I think within realistic expectations, knowing how good the team is, how they didn't feel the need to rush, they released it when they were ready. The only knock I'll give is they probably could have been a little bit more transparent in some type of communications more regularly throughout the years. Hey, we're not showing anything, but we're just letting you know we are continuously progressing. Don't expect any video footage this year, probably not even next. We're taking our time. Not that they owe it to people, but that could have helped ease some people's minds. Not to even say like you owe it to people or that it's your responsibility, but when you do become up of a higher level and put on a pillar, you do kind of have a little bit of expectancy to communicate with your audience a little bit more clearly than not when that many people are riding on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think that the team is talented. They had a banger almost 10 years ago with the original. And yeah, the game, looking at this footage over and over playing, like, it looks awesome. I mean, look at how much detail it's got with the visuals, and I'm sure the combat's going to be a delight to play. And also, you know, I've spoken with indie developers before and know, as you do, Mike, how much effort it takes to have one game and that one code work on multiple platforms. You know, I was talking to a dev that had the game and it had to run properly on Nintendo Switch, on Xbox One, on Xbox One X, on Xbox Series S and X, on PC for multiple variables, on PlayStation 4, on PS5, on PS5 Pro, and eventually, presumably, on Nintendo Switch 2. My gosh, is that a lot? No, it's not making one game 10 times, but it is making one game operable on 10 platforms. That's a lot. So this game right here, without having played it yet, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a really good quality experience on each system. And I think folks are going to be in for a treat. I'm stoked. It comes out in a week. Let's go.
Yeah. Did you play the first one?
Yeah.
Did you beat the first one?
Yeah. A long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's been what, 8 years.
2018 or something?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. 2018 is crazy.
I mean, maybe earlier. Hold on, was it 18 or was it earlier?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. I know they announced
17.
When did Hollow Knight come out? I don't even remember.
February of 2017.
Okay.
I think I last
Oh yeah,
played it or I beat it. In fact, in 18 maybe.
Yeah, this also they also announced the Silk Song soon after because it was supposed to be a DLC. Then it turned into this big thing. You know, it turned into this big massive game. What do you think, Josie? Do you think it's gonna meet the hype?
Oh, absolutely, because it seems like, and now mind you, I didn't excuse me, I didn't actually play Hollow Knight, but I've seen a lot of it, and it seems like this game is similar, but more content, different character, probably more story, all that sort of thing. They're giving the fans, you know, the gameplay they want, but it seems like there's a way more, you know, infused into this sequel, which is a good thing. But it doesn't seem like it's the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not the same, but it has all of the gameplay elements that the gamers already liked about the first one. So I think it'll live up to the hype. And also, I know I said this game wasn't my jam, and it isn't. Only platformer I really, really enjoy is Mario. However, sorry, y'all. However, for $20 and it's coming physical, this is the behavior we like to see. This is the behavior we want to support. So, am I going to buy it? Yep. And since I bought it, I might as well eventually play it. So,
thank you, Josie, for that shout out, because that's one thing we didn't tell you guys. It is coming physically at the beginning of next year, and it's coming full on cartridge. It's not gonna be a key card or anything like that. It's coming for Switch and Switch 2, full on cartridge, which is awesome. And so, we're getting the release date on September 4th. Then early next year,
week, I think that's next week.
Next week, yeah. And then early next year we'll get it physically, which I'm also gonna get it. I hope they do like this little special edition collection, because first thing, if you get the game at $19, let's say I think the game's gonna be $24, the physical edition. I think it's $24. I think I read that somewhere. That physically is $24. Right now it's only available.
Worth it.
It's only available. And believe it or not, that's something, again, Paul brought that up a little while ago. I mean, previous podcast. You know, about doing the little poll to see if you pay a little more for physical. I'm sure they have their ear, you know, they have their ear open, and they're looking at the chats, they're looking at people's reaction, how much they would pay for so and so. So they're giving us a $20 digital game, and if they do give us a $24, maybe $29 physical game, it's worth it. It's worth it. You know what I mean? Pay that a little extra for that physicality. I'd pay $60 for Silk Song physical. See, Alma is a perfect example of that. And so if you ask the audience, they will pay a little more for physical, and that's what they're doing.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry. Just one more thing that just occurred to me. It's a 3-person dev team. That's another reason why they can afford $20 to $25 versus a game like Tears of the Kingdom, which I believe Zelda, the Wild Era, I think they had 90 to 100 devs. People got to get paid. So that's the other thing I think about when I think about higher prices on games and everything. 3 people sell about probably at minimum 10 million copies of this game, digital and physical. We've paid them. We've paid them well.
But a lot of the pay also has to do with the studio and the type of studio, because not only are there not only are they 3, they have no stocks, no shareholders, no nothing like that. Nintendo's a major company they have a major corporation with shares and everything, and everybody has to get paid there a little bit out of that game. So they're trying to pay. They're trying to pay everybody. In the indie sphere, that's why you see games are cheap, in the indie sphere, because and then they if you go to Steam, you get a lot of deals all the time. If you go to the eShop and you look for indie games, you see that they put them on sale a lot. It's because they can afford to, because they don't respond to anybody. They respond to themselves, and they know how to manage that. Even if it's a studio that is still in an indie studio, like for example, look at the one I forgot the name of the game of the year, the one you just mentioned.
Oh, Clair Obscur.
Yeah, wasn't that one $49?
I believe so. I can
Right? $49 for that mega game that can compare to any AAA title, right? And so it's different when it comes to indie and publisher, right? Publishers, there's a lot more people they're looking forward to getting their cents out of that game.
It was 50, Mike.
59 or 49?
$49.99 is
Yeah,
50 bucks.
Yeah, that's what 49. I don't round up that penny.
It's on
I like
sale
it.
for $44.99.
I never round out that penny, Joycey. That penny is a penny. It has feelings, Joycey. The penny. Anyway,
It's worthless in this economy.
I know, right? The U.S. decided to stop making pennies. I'm so heartbroken. So anyway, the price of a game has a lot to do with the studio, and the publisher, and how many people are depending on that, and so that's why you can get sometimes a better game in the indie area for a lot cheaper, or the same game with the same exact quality a lot cheaper than you would get it for a major publisher.
Real quick, something that one of our lovely chat members pointed out. Shout out to you, Jeannie Love. And also, Jeannie Love, I saw a little bit earlier where you said you weren't feeling well. So I'm glad that you're resting, and I hope we're helping with that. But she made a good point. She said Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is also going to be full on the cartridge.
Ooh.
It'll be $10 more on the Switch 2 physical. If you worth it, I'll pay a little bit extra for a physical. I'm not a Mortal Kombat person, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
Dear third party, will pay a couple bucks extra since you can't just eat $10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you brought up Mortal Kombat, Joycey. There's some folks that are complaining.
You're breaking up.
No.
And I don't want to miss what you're saying because it's important.
I'm glad that you. Here, okay?
Yep.
Oh,
perfect.
beautiful. Perfect.
Oh, okay. Microphone went too far, or I scooted back. I'm glad that you brought up Mortal Kombat, because I've seen some people complaining recently, or at least doubting that no one's going to spend $10 more for a cartridge version on Nintendo Switch. First of all, let me say this. Back in the day, Nintendo 64 games by PlayStation games. But Tony Hawk's Pro
You're breaking
Skater-
up again, Paul.
Oh man, I don't know why.
Be nice,
You could
Paul,
buy-
Mike.
You can hear me okay?
Try coming as close as you can to the microphone.
I mean, I'm pretty close.
Like right here. Like
Okay, right there. Don't move.
Might be something else going on. I don't know. But
Just go right here and do some Paul ASMR and talk to us about Mortal Kombat.
back in the day, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was $50 on PlayStation, $60 on Nintendo 64 because of the cartridge. Back in the day, if you wanted to play Madden NFL, it was $50 on PlayStation, $60 on Nintendo 64. Cartridges costing $10 more than the competition isn't anything new. Nowadays, if it's $60 for a physical cartridge or $50 for digital, it's because of the cartridge. Now, if it's $60 on Nintendo versus $50 on PlayStation, or $60 for Nintendo Switch versus $670 over here versus $60 on Xbox and PlayStation, whatever, right? $10 more. You could look at it this way. Cartridge, yeah, it's not my problem, it's not my fault, but hey, you get 2 games in 1. What do you mean 2 games in 1? Back in the day, you had to buy Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo and Street Fighter on Game Boy if you wanted Street Fighter to be played on your TV or portably. You had to buy Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo and Donkey Kong Country on Game Boy if you wanted the experience of Donkey Kong Country on both your TV and portably. Right now, the Nintendo Switch allows you to take this upcoming Mortal Kombat collection and play it on your TV and portably. So you're essentially getting two different experiences, TV and portable. I think that's worth the $10 extra. Now, is that the reality why it's $10 more because they're giving you two versions? No, it is to cover the cost of the cartridge. But at the end of the day, you're still benefiting by getting two experiences in one. So do whatever you have to do mentally to make yourself realize, oh yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. If either you want to justify the cost of the publisher and understanding, oh, they have to pay more for the cartridge, and if you don't care about that, make yourself happy by saying, this is the only version I could play on the go also, without also buying, a separate controller, connecting your phone in it, and that kind of experience, or buying a PlayStation Portal and stuff, because there are ways to take your PS5 and Xbox Series on the go, but not out of the box like you can on Nintendo Switch 2. So I'm happy that someone out there is doing the cartridge and give people the opportunity. Let them vote with their wallets.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
Agreed.
Real quick,
I
want to share something with y'all. Stealth 40K on Twitter. Really, really sweet guy. He put out this poll earlier. CD Projekt Red confirmed in their last financial report the sales breakdown of Cyberpunk 2077 on Switch 2. Physical was 75%, digital was 25%.
Wow. That
Just
is massive.
saying. And CD Projekt Red wanted Cyberpunk on Switch 2. They were just as hype as we were. I'm sure that it's the same thing for you guys when you went to your experience, Switch 2 experience. So they really wanted this game to run on Switch. They did the special build, they did the port, they did everything that they had to do to make sure it ran. Dear other AAA companies, it ain't that hard. We'll pay a couple extra bucks, okay? The people don't want key cards, okay? They just don't.
Yeah. And you have to understand, Nintendo doesn't want key cards either. Nintendo,
I don't think they do either.
Was presenting them an option because Nintendo's big on retail, right? On the retail space. They like to do their big displays. They like to have their games physically on there. Developers were like, I'll just do digital. And Nintendo was trying to find a way for them to be physically in stores. So like, how about we do this? How about we do a cartridge that has a license in it? You're physically there. Then people can download the game at home, so that you at least have a physical spot visibly in our Nintendo area in store. And that was a compromise that the industry, the third-party developers, made with Nintendo to be physically in stores. It's not that Nintendo made that key card to replace everything else, but on the other hand, I lost my train of thought. I'm looking.
Welcome to 40. It's gonna happen more often. I call it. My dad and I call it sometimers.
So I was like so into it. I'm like, what the heck happened to me?
40.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. Real quick, shout out to Alma. I know we're not at the Q&A, but we just chilling here.
You can start. But you can start asking the questions. Yeah, ask the questions. We'll go ahead and separate them at the end. And then
I know. I just want to say this because it's pertinent to the conversation. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. We get to do these things when it's a little bit smaller, but because when you start getting like thousands of viewers, then we won't be able to do little stuff like this. Yeah. But Alma made a good point. Capcom and Square Enix completely. I don't know if I agree with the completely part, but they dropped the ball. Their games are full key cards, and they have no intention of putting their games on a cartridge. Is that true for their 2D HD games? Because when it comes to the 2D HD games on Square, from Square, they tend to act right. Because both first Octopaths and Triangle Strategy were on Switch 1 physical, so I don't see why they can't do that again.
I found my train of thought.
Oh, good.
I found it. But I lost the rest, but I found a little bit of it. Anyway, so the little bit of it had to do with key cards, right? But what if I told you that key cards existed way before Nintendo ever brought it to the market? They're called CD keys or whatever key CDs. Because whenever you bought a PlayStation game or an Xbox game on disc, Call of Duty, whatever, Grand Theft Auto, you still have to download half of the game. You still need to insert the CD, the disc, right? And you still have to download about 8 gigabytes of whatever, or even more, for that CD or that disc to be playable. So it definitely, it existed way before the key card. Nintendo just gave it a little fancier little thing there, and the entire industry kind of, and it does. Nobody's even talking about it. Like right now, I'm like, Call of Duty. I want to buy Call of Duty on Xbox, on PlayStation, right? And I'm looking at the box. It says download required software, whatever, blah blah blah. It has download required in the box. I'm like, wait a minute, like, wait a minute, come on, this is a key card or CD card, whatever. And so it is what it is. People they like to focus their anger at a certain company or at a certain market or whatever more than others, But the thing is that we've been in this little key card bubble for a while now. That was the other part of the thought that I lost, and I found.
Yeah, when you're on the train of thought and the train just stalls.
I would just
it leaves the station and then just stalls.
I personally would love to thank my little plant.
That plant is awesome.
You make it all possible. And I have to admit, guys, this is fake, but still cute. It's adorable. The good thing about it is I don't have to water it. It stays green. It's reliable. It's always there when I need it. Whenever I need a plant, it's there. It's there.
Okay, so Blue Moon made a good point. She said if you buy a Switch 2 version, then we're talking about Square Enix. So if you buy a Switch 2 version, it's a key card. But if you buy the Switch 1 version, it's pure physical.
On what game?
So we're talking about Square Enix and their games. I was thinking, because I'm like, okay, when it comes to maybe Final Fantasy and it's huge, okay, I totally get that. But her and Alma are both telling me that all of Square Enix's stuff is going to be key card on Switch 2. So like low key, I want to kind of like buy the Switch 1 version and just so I can have it physical, because the Switch 2 is just going to make it look good anyway.
So low key card.
It's a low key. It's very
all right. So yeah, I mean, everybody has to learn from Hollow Knight. Everyone has to learn from Team Cherry. I am creating a video. Okay, I'm creating a video. Plus, I have already reached out to Team Cherry. I am happy to notify that I am in contact with Mr. Team Cherry. I'm guessing because they were in development, hell, and not hell, but more like closed up to everybody outside.
Purgatory.
Yeah, no, they I understand it.
Development purgatory.
They are a team of 3. Right, and they have all, and I don't think they were expecting Hollow Knight to be this big. Like I don't think they were. It's their first game, and so it hit them all at once. And I'm sure that pressure they felt behind the scenes for Hollow Knight Silksong, and in the anticipation rising, and as the anticipation rose, so did their stress level. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh no, we gotta make sure that this is good. The good thing about indies is that you don't have to give in. You can polish and polish again and polish again if you have to, and go back at it and continue polishing until that game is working well. You know what I mean? And so, I'm working on getting them on having an interview with them, and potentially preparing a master class on gaming, on like building worlds, and the Hollow Knight Experience Masterclass for developers, so that these developers could learn from this, because this is a believe it or not, a phenomenon like this doesn't come around that much. Like, for example, that Expedition 33 is another indie game, right? It's another indie game. It's great, but it's passing by. It's right in front of you, and it continues. Hollow Knight has been just constantly just on your face, in there, just on the top, right? And then this anticipation for Hollow Knight Silksong has been incredibly massive, and so we need to pick their brains. We need to make sure that we can learn something, because, and I'm sure a lot of developers out there want to be around to soak it up, and to when they're developing their games, they'll give it. I trust me, Paul. I've seen this. I'm pretty sure anybody who has played an indie game, good or bad, has seen this. And sometimes you release a game way before it's done. Just it maybe that game still has a couple more years in it to develop and to grow and to tune, right? And so Hollow Knight and Team Cherry are that example of not giving into peer pressure, of releasing a game when it's ready. I mean, when it's ready, just work on it until you have something phenomenal in your hands, and you'll see the outcome, and we're living it now. Anybody else? Anyone else, Paul or Joyce, want to add anything to the Hollow Knight before we move on to the grand finale?
No, I do have something to say though, again, about key cards. I'm sure if I actually researched it a little bit more, I could find the answer. And I know the answer comes down to money and saving money and everything else. I get all that. I do. I really, really do. But so the train was leaving the station and then it just stalled. Go ahead, Mike. We'll just do the grand finale because I don't remember what the heck I was going to say.
You had another one? Yeah. Sorry. It's contagious. It's contagious.
I'm telling y'all. It's all happens. The vitamins, all the working out, and all the everything does not beat whatever happens to us at 40 that makes us just, unless it's like super, super duper important, we don't always remember everything.
And listen, there's no type of
except
energy
Paul.
drink. Look, there's no type of energy drink that's gonna help you. This one is like a amino acids and a whole bunch of there's no sugar in it. It's mango, pineapple, and it has a whole bunch of vitamins and a whole bunch of stuff. This didn't even block my
okay, wait, I remember.
Go ahead.
I remember chat reminded me. One of the so for Switch 1, I did buy an SD card because I had the extra money, so I just bought it because everybody said that's what we had to have. But the reason I didn't actually use up all of the space in my SD card or my Switch 1 is because of physical. Now, here's the thing. When back in our day, when you bought the game, when you bought the system and you bought the game, that was all you needed. Now you have to buy the system. Now, and you possibly, if you prefer a Pro Controller, you got to buy a Pro Controller. And then because there's not enough space on the system itself, now you got to buy a $200 or $300 SD Express card, and you need at least probably a terabyte. That's too much in my opinion. So one of the ways that I thought, or I wanted to, or I feel like that we could save a little bit of money, because instead of spending $200 or $300 on a huge SD Express card for all these digital games, I'd rather spend that $200 to $300 on just games, right? Physical games, even if they got to come out a week later or a month later and everything. Sometimes I'll double dip. If it's Zelda, y'all know I'll do anything about Zelda. But of course that's on me. So I feel also cartridge kind of saves you some money, because there's certain games that are always going to be digital, or certain games you only want to buy digital. Like a lot of my multiplayer games, I don't mind that I have Splatoon, Mario Kart World, those kind of games, because I play those with other people a lot of the time. So I don't mind that, because it's always going to be on the go with me anyway. But my single player games, I just want physical. It's just easier, and I don't have to spend all this money on an extra card to do all this extra. And one of the things that ticked me off the most about key cards, and I found this out, and I know the rest of the industry does it too. The thing that ticked me off about the key cards is the fact that you still have to get an SD Express card in order for them to have space. And I'm like, well, and y'all know I ain't no tech head. You know, I'm old school. I'm not a tech head. So I'm like, so you just want to make us spend even more money, when I do feel that Nintendo's like, look, our fans still want these third-party games. We're going to make a way for them to get them a little bit easier physical, but this is the best that we can do. We can't force the AAA companies to do anything that they don't want to. I don't know why I keep saying AAA. I mean third party, to do whatever they want to do. So I would kind of like for them to consider that. Pay an extra $5 to $10 now for physical, or again, keep buying SD cards. You know, we don't want to do that. We don't. Just give me full physical. I'll be happy. I'll pay you an extra $5 or $10. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rant's over.
See, one of the things that I wish that Nintendo Switch 2 would have been compatible with is M.2 drives. I know they got the SD cards, but a way to just add your own M.2 drive, which is really, really fast drive. I have a whole bunch of them here that I use for editing. And would have been amazing, like, because PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, they both have those type of drives inside. And so if you add an external one, it's also compatible with it. But yeah, Nintendo, they go to their own, you know, they drum to their own beat and stuff, and it's understandable. So segue.
Your own race.
Segue. I personally, I'm Josie's gonna hate me for this, but I'll tell you a little bit. So the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda is upon us, just like the 40th anniversary of Mario, because they both came out in 1985. And so the Legend of Zelda series was created by Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka, and debuted with the release of The Legend of Zelda back in 1985. 86? 85?
86 for Zelda.
1986 on the Famicom Disk System in Japan.
You have to help me get back to the year 1985. I'm sorry, it just reminded me of Back to the Future. Sorry, go ahead.
By the way, it's coming to theaters. I'm going to watch it. It was it's coming to theaters in IMAX. I'm going to watch it.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Time out, y'all. I'm sorry. I know it's Zelda, but wait. This is Back to the Future. Wait, when is this happening?
October.
Twilight's coming back to the theaters too.
Twilight, the vampire movie?
Yes. Oh, cool. I'm sorry. I'm showing my girliness too much. I'm sorry. Yes, I like Twilight. I like love stories. I think it's a sweet movie.
Did you read the books?
Okay. Movies.
Yes, I did.
The books?
Yes, I did. Watched all the director's cut. I have all the DVDs. I have them downloaded on my iPad, my iPhone, and my iPod. Yes, I still have an iPod. Yes. I don't play about Twilight.
The closest I've come to Twilight was that episode of Parks and Rec where they were talking about Twilight the book. That was it.
People only made fun of Twilight because girls liked it. That's really the only reason. It's really not even. It's not bad. It's a teenage Starcrest lovers story. It's the same thing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Back to Zelda.
I remember Will Forte went to Parks and Rec, and he was a crazy fan of Twilight, and he had the all the Twilight books and everything. That was crazy. Anyway, we got The Legend of Zelda 1986 Famicom Disc in Japan. It was a revolutionary title that pioneered the action adventure genre and introduced the concept of open world exploration. You see, it was Miyamoto with the NES with the first open world exploration game, a non-linear quest, and a battery powered save function. All groundbreaking, right? I'm like, come on. Why do we have to have SD cards and all that stuff? A groundbreaking feature in it for its time. The series has since become a cornerstone of gaming, influencing countless titles and expanding into the multi-generational franchise with a rich history and complex lore and a cast of iconic characters. The 35th anniversary of Zelda was met with a rather subdued celebration from Nintendo, right? We saw some merchandise, an enhanced port. I put Skyward Sword. That was for the 35th anniversary, right? Skyward Sword came out on that same year.
That was 2011. Skyward Sword was 2011. I think they were on their
the Switch port. The Switch port.
Oh, the Switch port. That's 35. I think you're right. Paul, you're better with numbers. Remind me, I'm old.
Skyward Sword HD. I think it came out around that time.
Sorry, I got buddies in chat that are just making me laugh.
So let's say yes. Skyward Sword.
Real quick, in 2011, Skyward Sword came out, but when in the game though, it said something about the 25th anniversary. It's around the beginning when you're doing the.
No, I'm talking about the Skyward Sword HD for Nintendo Switch.
Was that the 35th? Paul, help me. Remember years.
That's 35th because Zelda came out.
Oh, okay.
Zelda came out February 86 in Japan, August 86 in US. And then, Skyward Sword HD was July 2021 for the 35th anniversary.
Yeah, exactly. So
the original game came out in 2011 as part of the 25th anniversary.
That's what it was.
So I got it right in my notes. It's Skyward Sword was part of the 35th anniversary, the HD version for Nintendo Switch. And because to me that was Skyward Sword HD for me was a new game on Switch because I did not play the Skyward Sword original game. And also we also got the Game & Watch. I got a couple of them somewhere around there. Got the Game & Watch for the 35th anniversary of Zelda. Me one? Huh? Yeah, I can send you one.
Please send me one.
Yeah, I'll
as long as you have an extra one.
Yeah, no, I have about 2 or 3 of them. I'll send you one. Legend of Zelda system, the Legend of Zelda system, compared with the lavish 35th anniversary of Super Mario, which included the 3D All-Stars collection, the Zelda anniversary felt a little a missed opportunity for many fans. I included. With the 40th anniversary on the horizon, the question on every fan's mind is, will Nintendo deliver this time around? Okay? So the question is for the crew, starting with Paul. The 35th anniversary was a bit of a letdown for many fans, given that what are your realistic expectations for the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda? Are you hoping for a major new release, or do you think they'll stick with the remakes and merch?
Since an anniversary can be a year, and since Zelda didn't get necessarily really big until the North American release date, which was August, that means between August of 1986 to August of 2026, that's the 40th anniversary in the US, which means from August 2026 all the way to July 2027, we will be celebrating the 40th anniversary, which means we will get the Legend of Zelda live action movie in the 40th anniversary. So that's already big. It takes place, the movie that is, after the 40th anniversary ends in Japan, because that's February, but it takes place within the North American 40th anniversary. So they could still use the Zelda movie as part of the 40th anniversary celebration. I think, if anything, we'll get like a year and 5 months of a celebration, which will be February 2026 through August of 2027, because they could kind of justify both. I also think there'll probably be some kind of partnership like Zelda and Crocs or Mario and Crocs. Nintendo just dabbled with Crocs for the first time officially with Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So up until now, they haven't collabed with them. So I think a Mario or Zelda Crocs is in line. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another Zelda Lego announced within that time period and come out in that time period of, like I said, February 2026 through August of 2027. So we'll get like a Croc or something like that. We'll get some kind of new Lego thing. We'll get the Zelda movie. And surely between February next year and August of 2027, we're going to get some type of big 3D Zelda game. Whether it's Twilight Princess Remastered, which is not just the Wii U game, but is the Wii U build pumped up, or an Ocarina of Time remake, I think something's going to happen.
Okay.
So I definitely think so. I mean, 35th anniversary had the Legend of Zelda themed Joy-Con, which were the 2 different shades of blue Joy-Con, the Zelda Game & Watch, and the Skyward Sword HD release. Not bad, but some folks definitely wanted more. But, you get a little bit of something, and that's still something for someone out there. Like you said, Skyward Sword was the first time you played it, so that was new.
Yeah.
And when it comes to 40th, it's a little bit bigger. You've got a movie. Wishful thinking, but maybe a little bit of 40th could be theme park discussion.
Yeah.
But that's a little bit beyond. But I think we're definitely going to get like a big 3D Zelda game of some sort. And maybe in this time, the last little nugget I'll share, share of a thought, is a look at the next big Zelda game. That basically by the June 2027 Nintendo Direct, which is 22 months from now, they will show off a trailer of some sort for the next mainline Zelda game. I don't think that's unreasonable, because at that point, you're looking at it's going to be a few years into Nintendo Switch 2's life. So that's what I think. Hey, wow! Mr. Black, $1 super chat. We might get there, or I forgot the number. You know what? We got there. That generosity is off the hook tonight, Mr. Black. Thank you so much. That's huge.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you for
Black.
the support. $20 super chat. Let's go. That is terrific. But yes, Mr. Black, he's going to will this Zelda stuff that I said into existence, because he dropped this $20 super chat at the time I finished my sentence. So thanks to Mr. Black. Watch. You're going to see, everybody. By the June 2027 Nintendo Direct, Nintendo will indeed have shown off the first look at the next new original mainline Zelda 3D game. And it's thanks to Mr. Black, because he dropped the super chat when I said it. It's going to will it into existence.
When? I was asking when. What date did you say?
By the June 2027 Nintendo Direct.
I can get behind that. Behind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Josie.
I was just going to ask y'all a question. I want y'all's opinion. Would y'all like to get a teaser of the next mainline Zelda now, and have them literally like drip feed? Not even drip. You might get a droplet every 7-8 months or so, if anything, or give us a little teaser now and then not tell us anything till 2027? Or would you just rather find out, like maybe a few months before it's coming out? I'm real curious.
That's like that to me. What you're describing is the best way to market without marketing too much. When you drop feed, when you just give people an announcement, show them a little bit, right? Show them something, give people something to talk about for months. Trust me, there will be videos, there will be discussions, there will be theories. I mean, like every direct, will we see it? The conversation is continuing, and say they don't have to really promote too much, right? And then once that next drip of content falls, that's another conversation content creators are going to have, more theories, more videos, you know what I mean? And so I actually rather have it that way, just because it's more fun, right? It's more fun to know something is coming, and that we can speculate and talk about it and just kind of get excited for that moment, instead of just having say, oh, what they did with Echoes of Wisdom. We learned that in the June it came out, and like months later. There was we couldn't speculate that much with that one,
because Echoes is a mainline game, as much as people tried to say it wasn't. It is a mainline game.
Yeah. And so I like that version 1, Tracy.
What do you think, Paul?
What was the question?
What did I just ask? When it comes to Zelda, because Zelda's our jam, so do you like the fact that they sometimes give us a teaser, but then the game doesn't come out till years later? Would you rather them do that, or would you rather them tell us, maybe 6-7 months out?
I've got all the patience in the world.
I do too for that.
You show me a little nugget, I'll watch that 6 seconds over and over till the end of time. Do you know how many times I watched that Legend of Zelda 6-second tease from Space World 2000 of Link and Ganondorf colliding on This Is What GameCube is possible of, doing basically Ocarina of Time on the new system? Many, 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 many times. And that goes the same with any trailer that I've liked. That first shot of Breath of the Wild before they gave us the title of it, when it was shown just on Wii U, of Link on Epona and moving around and then finishing off with a boom. Dozens and dozens of times. Do that. Don't do that for everything, because then you're like, okay, what's next? So scatter these things around, but definitely have this balance between, give us glimpses at stuff that's a couple years away, and hey, this is what's coming out in like 6 months' time. I know some folks really don't do well with too far out. Like, Insomniac Games has yet to officially show off Wolverine in terms of gameplay. Now, they had an unfortunate leak happen where their game got revealed early, but they haven't shown off any gameplay footage officially. It was a couple of years ago when we saw this guy sitting in the back of a chair at a bar, and he had a flannel shirt on, and I was like, oh, dude, that's Logan. That's Logan. And then you got the claws. But that was it. For some people, that was their moment. Yeah. And for others, great. We're probably like 5 years away from seeing it. I would rather have the excitement. And then, like I said at the very beginning of the podcast, don't put all your eggs in one basket and only cling on to Wolverine for the next 5 years. Have fun with freaking everything else coming in front of you, and then just have that one little thing. Be happy when it drops. You know what I mean? Yep. So I'm on that side of the fence.
Yep.
I'm one of those that I'm fine either way, because we know it's coming. But I'm also one of those that I'm kind of like, I just want a little taste just right now. And then I would like a Twitter update in like a year. Or a Nintendo Today app update. We're still working on the Legend of Zelda, blah, 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 blah. Can't wait to show you guys more. Coming 2028 or 2030, because that's my prediction is 2030. 2030, blah, 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 blah. I that's kind of how I like it. Mike, I'm sorry. I know we went left.
No, you're good. You're good. We're
it was
topic.
A whole other discussion.
No, it's a Zelda topic. We're still in Zelda, so it's a topic, and it falls in line with your question, because you have a question all on your own here, Joycey.
Oh, I do. What's your question?
Yeah. So the question is: rumors are flying around about the possible Ocarina of Time remake or a 3D All-Star style collection. If you could choose one or two classic Zelda games for a major remaster or remake, which ones would they be and why? All right, so this is the 2-in-1 question, okay? You're gonna choose a game or two games for a major remake, like from the ground up, like just like literally like what
everybody already knows what I'm gonna say.
Okay, and then you're gonna choose an all-star collection a la Mario, 3 games to incorporate in that all-star collection.
That I can do, because that you may not be expecting what I'm gonna say.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say Twilight Princess. I know the Oracle games need to be remade. I know Minish Cap needs to be remade. Phantom Hourglass. I know. And they should be remade. And I think they need to give those games to Grezzo and remake them and call it a day. But, and I really hope somebody from Nintendo is watching this, and hear me well. Twilight Princess had no business looking like that. I'm looking at you, Nintendo. Shigeru Miyamoto, you and I got beef because you canceled Twilight Princess 2, but because you couldn't make Twilight Princess all colorful and extra pretty like Wind Waker, Y'all just don't want to touch it and pretend like it doesn't exist. It's not. We don't know if it's coming to the GameCube NSO. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe there is a port or a remake or something happening in the background. But for right now, Shigeru, sir, you're our friend, but you and I got beef. The Twilight Princess never should have looked like that.
You don't got beef.
Like ever. Yeah, we got. Oh yeah, me and Shiggy got beef.
You don't got. You don't want to have beef with DJ Joycey.
No, you don't. But if we were to sit down and have a conversation, I would let him know. Sir, I need you to go back and do part 2 of Twilight Princess. We'll still take it. I don't care how many years later it is. We'll still take it. But the thing about it is that what bugs me so much about Twilight Princess, and I love Twilight Princess, is in my top 5. Everybody knows this. What bugs me is the fact that I don't think that that's the best Nintendo could do then. When they did the HD version, I don't think that was the best they could do. Okay, that wasn't done. The HD remake wasn't done by them specifically. I forgot who. I think it was Tencent. But the point is, Nintendo, we know you better than this. And it looks like you gave me a B when you could have given me an A. And that's what bugs me, because Nintendo doesn't do B's and C's and D's. They only make A games. So I understand the whole, they probably did it begrudgingly, because how dare you don't like our Wind Waker cartoony, fun color palette? You know, why do you want just gray and dull looking game? And I think that's the way they made it. And I do understand that it does appear to be a more quote unquote adult Zelda, because it's a realistic style. But I'm sorry, we've all seen some of the Final Fantasy games. It does not look like that. Final Fantasy looks more quote unquote adult than Twilight Princess does. So that needs a remake from the ground up. Throw in some extra side quests, throw in some more story, give us more time with Midna when she's not in her imp form. Let's all keep it real. We cried when Midna left at the end. And then give us part 2. And that's my speech on that. When it comes to what I would pick for, I guess, the all-star games, if you will, I feel like these are the games that you need to play to get into Zelda. And this is just my opinion. I'm going to say A Link to the Past. I'm going to say Ocarina of Time. And I'm going to say Skyward Sword. Because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they don't need some kind of all-stars pack or anything. They're still selling okay on their own. But those are the 3 games. If somebody were to say, Joycey, how do I get into the Zelda series? What are some of the staple games I need to play? So Link to the Past. I think you need to play Ocarina of Time. And I think you need to play Skyward Sword.
Good. That's good. So did you pick your all-star cast? Your all-star for the games?
Y'all don't be listening to me.
Did you pick your all-star?
That's what I just said, Mike. And I said it twice.
Repeat it again.
Y'all don't love me.
A Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And what I say next?
I know what you said.
What I say, Paul?
Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword.
Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword, and A Link to the Past. Well, is that for the All Stars? For the like the All Stars pack, like the anniversary All Stars?
Yes, because when I look, the Triforce pack. I don't know if I want to call it that, but if we were talking about what 3 games, if you were coming to me as somebody who wants to get into Zelda, those are some of the staple games I think you would need to play. Link to the Past, because OG Zelda is great. It's great. It's still a good game, in my opinion. It still holds up. I could still stop whatever I'm doing and play it. But Link to the Past, in my opinion, is where they found their footing for the series and where they wanted to go. Ocarina of Time, and I know people argue with me about this, but Ocarina of Time is basically A Link to the Past, but better. And it's in 3D. Skyward Sword is, in my personal opinion, one of the few canon games that makes sense. It was about the creation of the Master Sword, which has been extremely important since A Link to the Past. So those are the games that I think I would introduce to a new player. And I know some people might think, oh, well, why not Breath of the Wild and everything? Because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is almost going back to square one, and we're doing something new, and it's almost like a soft reboot of the series. These are the games that I think get you endeared to the characters and everything. Some of the games that really we couldn't break the internet back then, so we just broke the industry in a good way. The impact that Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time made on the industry, and then of course Skyward Sword, because again, it's the birth of the Master Sword, how we created it, why it's so important and special. And it is important and special, and you cry about it at the end.
Yeah.
In a good way.
I agree. Yeah.
Paul, what would be your 3? I'm curious.
So here's the problem. If I pick something too good, that means that it is not going to get fully remade or fully remastered. Because if we're going by, it's $60 for 3 games that just get up-resed with modern controls, in which one of them doesn't have any modern controls added and is only partially up-resed and not in widescreen. That means I can only expect mostly pure ports in this Zelda Triforce collection. So I kind of don't want to put my favorites, because I want my favorites set aside for the big, I'm paying you $70 for just this one experience, because it's either totally remastered with some remake implications for like the polygon models and stuff like that, or is fully remade Resident Evil 4 style, from the ground up, or Final Fantasy VII Remake style that's totally ambitious. So I'm a little bit torn, like, if I put Ocarina of Time in here, then that takes away from the likelihood of it getting the Granddaddy remake. If I put in A Link to the Past here, there goes the possibility of it getting the HD 2D treatment that Square Enix is known for, that I would like to see Nintendo have their own artistic spin on. If I put Skyward Sword here, then that means probably in 10 years for that game's 30th anniversary or whatever, it's not going to get a remake. So I'm like, I have a hard time with it. So I guess I'll go with one showstopper, because I think it wouldn't be too bad, and that'll be the Wii U version of Wind Waker, and that could justify the entire package's $60, because it's the Wii U version of Wind Waker in HD, but when played on Nintendo Switch 2, it's in 4K, so it's something new. So I'm gonna go with that version of Wind Waker. Because to be fair, Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy got the widescreen treatment and a higher resolution, but Super Mario 64 did not get widescreen and did not get as high of a resolution. So I'm giving Wind Waker 1. And then 2 more Zelda games that I either, not to say don't care enough about, but don't need them to get the grand big remake treatment one day. So I'm gonna go with
It's hard.
I'll go with like a pixel perfect version of, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Take that back. I was gonna say A Link Between Worlds, because that's a 3DS game, and if you gave it maybe not quite the Luigi's Mansion 2 treatment, but just a touch under that, I think that could be classified as the amount of effort that they did for like Super Mario Sunshine and putting that in 16:9 and stuff like that. I was about to say Minish Cap, but I don't know if Minish Cap is as big in hindsight as A Link Between Worlds. And A Link Between Worlds being 3D, I think you could not remake the polygons, not remake all of it, but give it the widescreen treatment. Although then you have the problem of the 2-screen effect with the map and stuff like that. So maybe you do something unique and you play around with that. And
I mean, you're never in both screens at the same time. So you could just add a menu button and just
you could do the menu. It could be slightly less seamless, but you could do that. Or you could just have the option of taking your screen and having a picture-in-picture. So maybe you're playing at home and you opt to have this different mode in which on your 65-inch TV, 50 inches or so are to the main game, and you've got the map off to the side in the top left, and that is just a way that you could play, and you could just click in the left stick to highlight that one and make it bigger or something like that. And on the Nintendo Switch in portable mode, you could maybe even drag how much bigger you want it. So I'll go with a Link Between Worlds, a little bit touched up, Wind Waker Wii U version, and then if they give the opportunity to have one game given some effort, I'll go with the old school original The Legend of Zelda, but I'm going to let you make that one remade in modern 2D. Now that sounds a little ambitious, but I don't think if you remake the old Zelda with modern 2D, and as simple as the game is, I don't think you could get away with selling it for $60 these days. But I think there's enough draw if you kind of give it the amount of effort that you did Metroid Zero Mission. If you remember, Metroid Zero Mission was a remake of Metroid 1. And it was awesome. You play Metroid 1 and go through this and this, and Metroid Zero Mission and go through this and this. It's so freaking cool to see the difference in, like 1986, 1987 NES tech, and then Game Boy Advance, a portable, but like in 2003 of what those 16, 17 years could do. Give Zelda 1 what it never got, and that is a remake. So it could be a simple game that's not a super ambitious project that requires a whole lot of money because it's not an advanced game with a lot of 3D polygons, but don't half-ass it either. Make it look nice with modern sprites, and I'm not even talking about like a full 2D HD type of treatment, but just modern sprites, decent enough. You remember Final Fantasy 1 through 6, how they didn't give it the HD 2D treatment, but they tightened up some pixels. They make it like a pixel perfect version. Kind of like that, but a little bit better. So there you go. Zelda 1, A Link Between Worlds, and Wind Waker. And I think that is an easy 60, maybe even 70, because that DS Zelda game isn't cheap. You can only play it on that one system. And the fact that you're not just giving Zelda a game that's been available for $5 forever on any kind of digital storefront or free. No, it's like a Pixel Perfect Plus version. Yeah. Pixel Remasters, 10,000 noodles. Thanks. That was what the Final Fantasy VII ones were called. Woo, that was hard because the easy answer is, tell you my like top 3 favorite Zeldas, but like I can't do that because then that takes it away from having the big remake treatment.
And you gave me a lot of time to think about mine too, because mine's are easy, quick, and to the point. And I can tell you a little bit of bad news. And I'm sorry, Joycey, and chat, and every Zelda game. Every Zelda game that ever exists, every Zelda fan that's out there. I'm sorry. I hope, please don't subscribe, please. This is the truth. unless Nintendo partners up with Square Enix to create a port of a 2D, 3D type game, is never going to happen. And because of that, Square Enix has that down. They're the kings of that art style, and I don't see that ever happening on Nintendo. I want to be wrong, and the day I'm wrong, I'll be just as happy because I want to see it. But it's not going to happen. I think Nintendo already kind of have their art style down for these top-down Zelda games, and it's the Echo of Wisdom, Link to the Past. I'm sorry, not Link to the Past. Echoes of Wisdom and the Dream.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening kind of art style, and I think that when they go back and remake or remaster or remake one of these games that are top down, they're gonna go in that art style. Except for I would say Zelda one. If they ever remake that one, that's gonna be like Breath of the Wild type of open.
Breath of the Wild is basically Zelda 1, y'all.
Yeah. So that's why. And Miyamoto said that. He said, you know what? This is the Breath of the Wild is the vision of the Legend of Zelda from NES, and when they built Breath of the Wild, they made that model of Breath of the Wild in an NES Zelda form first. So because of the fact that I'm taking away the 2D, 3D type of game from Nintendo ever making it, unless they partner, I'm gonna say easy. For the trilogy, the three games in one pack, the Triforce pack, whatever. I'm gonna say they do a Link to the Past, in that chibi form, like Echoes of Wisdom.
Don't do that to my favorite game.
Echoes of Wisdom, and a Link's Awakening. All those three into one.
Okay.
All chibi pack. A little chibi Link, and all three little thingy pack there. Yeah.
I gotta say this.
That frees up. Yeah, that's okay. That frees up Ocarina of Time to get the full top down remake. And I want the Zelda game that Paul mentioned, the one I started playing that has Zelda and Matilda. It's not Matilda. That's not her name. Hilda. Is it Hilda? Hilda Matilda. Hilda Matilda. Yeah, Link Between Worlds. Hilda and Matilda. I want that one. I want to have an HD version for Nintendo Switch, and Paul, you have to include the accessibility. Got people. You can't tell them to make a small screen, on the corner here. You have to.
How big's your TV, Mike?
It doesn't matter. How blind I am.
That's why I'm saying you could take up this much space of your TV. And then this much space, which is still like 20 freaking inches, or 50-50.
Doesn't work like that.
How do you play multiplayer Mario Kart?
When you play
multiplayer Mario Kart, it's divided in 4. If you got a 100-inch TV, that's a 4 big multiplayer.
When I already play multiplayer mode on at home, we play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They play on their own switches. I play on the big screen. They know the rules. Nobody knows the rules.
Well, you just need a 500-inch TV.
I need at least 100 inches, like a big one, a massive one.
You gotta get a projector, like some.
I do. I have one. I'm actually. You guys will see the video. Colors are not that as sharp and as dark and as as OLED. But yeah, that's my pick. That's my pick.
Real quick,
friends. Just a reminder: our Q&A has started. Don't wait till the very end to ask your questions. We are highlighting questions as we go. That way, we're not keeping Paul extra time. We're not keeping Joyce the extra and stuff. So make sure if you have your questions, make sure to ask them now so that we can go ahead and start highlighting those questions. And then we have a list of questions just to go in the Q&A right away into the, get into it, into all,
I gotta say something, Mike.
Say it, Joyce. Say
it. To Nintendo's credit, regardless if you like the art style of Zelda or not or whatever, they usually switch it up a little bit. So I don't see them using that little chibi, we're cute little toys kind of style again. for the 2D games. At least I kind of hope not, because I kind of want. Again, y'all know I have to mention Octopath Traveler at least 25 times every single podcast. Y'all know that. So I understand that Square Enix kind of has that on lock, but put that idea in Nintendo's hands and see what they do with it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, because y'all know I'm sensitive about A Link to the Past. I'm sensitive about Zelda, period, but I'm really sensitive about A Link to the Past. So if they're going to do anything to it, make it look fire. Okay. I want it to be absolutely perfect. And we can't, I just don't, I think about how gritty Octopath Traveler can get. And it's a beautiful looking game. The HD 2D is beautiful. But I see how gritty and dark that game can get. There's a lot of gritty and dark parts of A Link to the Past. I don't know what Paul's doing, but we're here for it, Paul. But there's some dark and gritty parts, and I just sometimes with those toys and those toy looking or art style, which isn't bad, it's just not my favorite. And in the Link's Awakening, when there's a certain part where you find out exactly what's going on, it kind of takes that effect a little bit away. Because if you've played Link's Awakening, y'all know how it ends, and it's supposed to break your heart, but before that the ending happens, you find out exactly what's going on, and it kind of takes the sting out of that because everything's so adorable, you know.
I still got sad at Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of Wisdom was sad because Zelda was so stinking cute, and her and Tri having their moment, I was like,
yeah, and I loved every moment. Like every time Zelda expressed her, like it was like she was sad, or she was surprised or whatever. I loved all the little, you know.
That's true.
There's a way. There's a way to make Chibi cute and emotional. You can do that. You know, you can do that. Questions. We got questions in the chat, right? All right. Officially, Q&A has begun, and we're gonna be doing Q&A for at least 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
It ain't even 10, Mike. Shout out to Sukino Ame. Thank you so much for your question. This is for all of us. Are any of you all getting Tomodachi Life Living the Dream? Me?
Yes.
No.
I'm getting it because I'm playing. My daughter's crazy about that game, and she's getting it. And I'm getting it. We can play together. It'll be fun.
That's beautiful.
It'll be awesome. Yes.
Maybe.
That's probably a yes, Ame, because Paul has not a video game he doesn't like.
Yeah, if Paul says maybe, it's gonna be a yes. Eventually, he'll get it.
Or if somebody buys it for him, he'll definitely play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or for anybody in the cast too. So if you guys want to shoot us a game, go ahead. You know, it's very welcome. It's welcome. My plant will thank you.
Shout out to the plant. And shout out to you, Boo Mini. Again, this question is for all of us. 2026 is supposed to be the year of Zelda stuff going on. In 2026, could there be one podcast per month dedicated to going over the story of a different Zelda game? Me and Mike talked about that, and we've got some ideas
We got something in the works that's very cool. It's in the planning stages, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So it's coming.
You guys really are gonna love it. Because y'all saw how excited I got, and Mike got just as excited when I told him what my idea was. So yeah. Shout out to you, Lottie Tro here. For all of us, do we have any Super Mario 40th wishes? Go, Paul.
Yeah, I'll try to lay out my perfect fast Nintendo Direct, or my perfect fast Mario portion Nintendo Direct. Mr. Miyamoto and Chris Meledandri, they come on screen. And they
you're being deep.
They introduced to us Jack Black, Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, and they say that we're here today to show you the first look at Super Mario World, the movie, but we need to have 2 more people come on stage. Adam Sandler comes out, and Jim Carrey come out as Wario and Waluigi. Roll the first trailer. Bam! Wario, have a rotten day. We have Wario and Waluigi. It's crazy. That's how they started off. Then they say we have some cool and exciting collaborations with the following partners. They show off the Mario Crocs. They say that Mario Levi is coming back. And then they have a new Mario Lego tease. Wow, that was pretty cool. What do you think? Yeah, that was really cool. Enjoy the following. They say that coming back for a limited time is Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the game that was previously available on Nintendo Switch for several months. It's coming back, and it's also going to have a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, also for a limited time. Next, here's another one. Coming back, Super Mario's 35, but they cross out the screen, they put a 40. Super Mario Brothers 40 coming out, playable on Nintendo Switch 2, cross-platform play, limited time. Pretty neat, huh? Yeah, but it's the 40th anniversary. We got to go big. Please enjoy the following. And it's Super Mario 3D All-Stars 2. And in it is Super Mario Galaxy 2 Remastered, done Metroid Prime Remastered Edition, Super Mario 64 DS HD, and Super Mario 3D Land HD. Coming out limited time. Nintendo Switch 2. Boom. But in case you don't have a Nintendo Switch 2, if you buy the Nintendo Switch version now, you will be able to upgrade later on to the Nintendo Switch 2 version. So they get two birds, one stone. Boom. And finally, we know you want the big one. Here we are, saving the best for last. Enjoy. Bam, Super Mario Universe, coming fall 2026. Amazing trailer, new 3D Mario game. Boom.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Next question, guys. Next question.
That question was for all of us. And just real quick, y'all know how I do when the Shade fan comes out. When it's backwards, that means I'm just hot. When I actually show the word shade, I'm actually throwing shade. I just want everybody to know the difference because I love Paul's idea. I didn't want y'all to think I was being shady towards Paul.
No, yeah. No, the shade backwards.
My hope is for the 40th. Honestly, I think they could just get honest. I think I would like to see next either glimpse or full trailer of the next big 3D mainline Mario. I refuse to believe it's not finished. I refuse to believe that it's been since 2017 since we've gotten a big 3D Mario. But what would really set it off for me is to bring out the new cast for Mario Brothers 2 or Super Mario Brothers. Oh wait, what's the name of part 2?
Super Mario.
It's just World. Mario. There we go.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Bring out the cast. You know, show us a teaser of the movie. That's enough for me. I'll be happy. Everything else is gravy. What you?
I don't think Waluigi and Wario are gonna be in it anymore. I think I see their strategy. They're doing Super Mario World, and in Super Mario World, we have all the Koopalings and we have Bowser Jr. Right, and I think that voice acting wise, they have gold with because now we have Bowser and Bowser Jr. and all the Koopalings. You know, can rescue Bowser and make him big again, and then they have all these little characters with their little, whomever voices them, and I think that will be bigger for Mario than just having Waluigi and Wario, which don't fit into the Super Mario world just yet. They come later on. Although Wario has been there since the NES, yeah, but they haven't been in Mario World. At the end of Super Mario World, we get the the Wario thing to tease the next one. You know, this one is Yoshi. Yoshi was the big thing teased in the last one. We're gonna see Mario actually ride on Yoshi. We'll have cute Yoshi in live action. It wasn't live action. And in animated form. And then we'll see the Koopalings and all that stuff, the little eggs. We'll visit the world of Yoshi. Something there, right? That's what it's called, Super Mario World. Yoshi is a star of Super Mario World. We got Mario with the yellow cape, and then we got Yoshi with the eggs. And Yoshi, you guys know the premise of Super Mario World is rescuing Yoshi's friends, right? We have to go in, eat per castle, and rescue the eggs. And then also those eggs catch, and so I think that's what the Mario Super Mario World movie is going to be about, based around Yoshi, and so I don't see how Wario and Waluigi could fit into it. I thought from the very beginning that on the sequel that could happen, but since they mentioned the name Super Mario World, I thought they got more gold there because they can bring all these little characters there and make amazing, more a better comedic animated movie with these characters. Now, Super Nintendo World 4th anniversary Mario, I think is gonna be big. I'm already a content creator with Universal here near my house, and so I'm already going to the Halloween event they're having in Super Nintendo World. They've already invited me to other events they're having in the future. So Super Nintendo World 4th anniversary, I'll be there and giving you guys content for that. But that's one thing that's going to be big and major events there, Super Nintendo World. That's just one thing that Paul didn't mention. trying to find something Paul didn't mention. But Paul's Direct
planned out a whole direct.
I mean, Paul's Direct is basically the perfect direct, other than the Super Nintendo World not being there, and then Super Mario World movie. But yeah, I mean that's my 2 cents.
Paul, I think you highlighted this one. This is from the cat. My question is, with how awful Elden Ring and Madden and Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, I'm reading the question, on Switch 2 is it gonna be like this when it comes to third-party port for this gen? What they're basically trying to say is they're trying to say that Elden Ring and Madden and Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero run horribly on Switch 2, when I know for a fact Madden runs terrible on everything.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, I don't think it's the final port. And then I'm not sure enough about Sparkling Zero, but usually you hear all these crazy things. Oh, they run so terrible. Switch 2 can't do this, can't do that. And then you get the final product and it's fine.
So for that question number one, on any of these games already out on Nintendo Switch 2, or are we just talking about demos they've been playing? Demos playing, because Madden is out now. Because of Madden, I can give you this answer. It's not Nintendo's fault. It's not Nintendo Switch 2's fault. Nintendo Switch 2 is a console that it was built with specific specs, right? They're there. They can't change. Developers know these specific specs on the system. If they don't build for those specific specs, if they don't build with that system in mind, you're gonna have a crap of a game. Okay, and it's not, and it's because it's on Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2. People look at the Switch as a problem. What the problem is, the developer. I can point to Game Freak with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for this as well, right? You have to build from the ground up for the system. You know, why is a game such so big like CD Projekt Red's the name is leaving my tongue. Cyberpunk running so beautifully on Nintendo Switch 2. How is it they managed to make that game run so beautifully, then fully on cartridge? You know what I mean? It's like they even optimize the game so it fits on a cartridge when it's so much bigger on PC, right? We have to stop looking at the system like it's the problem. We have to look at the developer of the system. Like, you know, again, look at Hollow Knight. They look at Team Cherry. They take their sweet time. They make sure they test over again to make sure that things run smoothly and well. And sometimes the reason why you can tell, because sometimes the reason things come out on Xbox and come out on PlayStation, and then they announce a later date for Nintendo Switch. Guess what? Applaud those developers, because they're making sure that games runs well on Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch, right? That's how you do it. You don't release a half game and port it poorly to Nintendo Switch 2 and then blame the system when you're the one developing the game. You know, the accountability falls completely on the developer, and at the end, that's what's all about, right? If you make a game that's not meant to run on that system or that hardware, or without that hardware in mind, it's not going to run well on that hardware, you know. And so it's like I'm gonna buy a size 12.5 shoe and give it to Paul. Paul, what size are you?
10.5.
Huh?
10.5.
And it's not. And Paul's gonna work. You know, walk with. You know, you have to make the shoe for the foot, or the foot for the shoe. It's not gonna work if it's not.
You have to make the foot for the shoe.
You the foot's already made.
We tired, y'all.
The foot is already made. You have to make the shoe for the foot. Jeez.
Basically, we're not, guys, this isn't the days of, we're not trying to run Elden Ring on an NES or a Super NES. The Switch 2 has the power. The question is, do they have, do the developers have, are they putting the optimization in? Are they putting in the work to make it run clean? Because Cyberpunk apparently looks even better than when we played it back at the Switch 2 experience.
Yeah.
It looks even better, and it looked amazing then. So if it looks even better now, I haven't played it, guys. I'm sorry. I have been super busy. Then it's all about the optimization. And then Nintendo has an entire team, Shiver, the Shiver Studios that they bought, that all they do is just work on ports.
Yeah.
And getting things to run on the system. So if you don't, if Elden Ring folks don't want to put all the work in to optimize it, they can give it to Shiver. If I don't know how that works, I'm sure there's contracts and different things that have to go into that. They don't just hand it over, but at least it's an option. So I think if your game can't run on Switch 2, especially since a lot of these games are a little bit older, I don't think it's the system's fault.
There's no excuse.
And that's not even. That's not the fangirl in me saying that. That's just like that's on the real.
That's something that's across the entire gaming industry.
Yeah. All right, and shout out to Rika Donna. To all of us, what's your favorite Zelda? Mine is Age of Calamity. It has the best story, great gameplay, amazing music, superb voice acting, and beautiful cutscenes. So what's yours? Everybody knows mine is A Link to the Past. So. No surprise there.
I've let some time pass. Out of all of the games that I played, my favorite is Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword story is gorgeous. I'm a sucker for love stories.
Yeah, I actually wrote a song for that game.
Oh,
I produced a song for that game, and I'm making a music video for that game. With the it's called Find You Again. Because you know how Zelda and Link's story is like, it's it's generational. They're not really. It feels like they are reborn, but they're not. It's like Link and Zelda will always be tied together for no matter what time or season, right? And so the song talks about, if it doesn't matter what face you wear, or how many time has passed, a million years can pass by, and I will still find you again. And so it's like Link and Zelda kind of they're stuck together because of a curse, but you know what? They turn the curse into a blessing because they're they're together and stuff. It's more like a love song between Link and Zelda, and you guys will see it. But it's inspired by that game in particular, just because it's the game where I've seen Link react more towards Zelda in a more affectionate way, even when she gets she decides to trap herself in that crystal, and he's like just walking towards her and just kind of that got me, what I mean? And then the music just took a hold and everything. And so that's why that game is my favorite game. Of course, action adventure game, big open world game, beautiful game. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are great and everything, but when it comes to what Lincoln, to me, what the Legend of Zelda is Skyward Sword, man. It's crazy.
What's your favorite Zelda, Paul? I don't know.
Link's crossbow training on Wii.
Okay. We accept you for who you are, no matter what, Paul.
The gun shakes. It makes noises. You move around the screen. It's action packed. Sweet.
Again, we accept Paul for who he is. We understand he's not perfect, guys, but
okay,
we're about acceptance here. So it's okay, Paul. It's okay. No shade.
My favorite is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, but no shade to Link's crossbow training. It is actually fun. I like it. I like it enough that I printed out my own box art, and I wanted it to be on my shelf. So I asked a buddy from GameStop back in the day, could I have like a Wii shell so I could put the Link's crossbow training box art in it, because it didn't come in a plastic box like the other Nintendo, Wii games, GameCube games. It came in a little square thing. So, anyways, I wanted it to fit in nicely, so I did that. But yeah, Breath of the Wild.
Look, this is the reason why Joycey has beef with Link's crossbow training. When the entire Zelda team wanted to make Twilight Princess 2, Shigeru Miyamoto came in and said, "Dude, how about crossbows?" And that's what we got instead of Twilight Princess 2.
Wow.
Shiggy, it's on site. It's on site, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
That's hilarious.
Scott Stevenson, shout out to you. Thank you for your question. Do you think it might be Nintendo not handing out dev kits early, and most ports have been rushed? I think he's talking about, that's why some games may not work or may not run perfectly. We kind of low key answered that, but y'all.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of. Remember, a dev kit is necessary for a game to be running on Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo is kind of just telling people, hey, develop the game for Nintendo Switch and then just take advantage of the upgrade for hardware, which is dumb of Nintendo to say that. A lot of what you're saying points to those developers who say that, okay, I have this game ready for Xbox and PlayStation. I'm sorry, I don't have a Switch later. A Switch will come later. They are still waiting for dev kits. I agree with Scott on this one. They're dev kits are not. I thought dev kits will be made available after the system will come out even more, but apparently there's a lot of developers still waiting on dev kits to get their games up and running on Switch 2 because they want to optimize and make sure that game is just top notch, right? So it could be some of the, but remember, a game running bad on Switch 2 is not because of a lack of a dev kit, because they do at least need the SDK and dev kit to make sure to port for Nintendo Switch 2. I did some research on that, and you cannot port without a dev kit. Any port is like made for Nintendo Switch, and then it scales up on Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah. And I think that's all our questions, y'all.
Yay! I mean,
we did all the things.
All the stuff.
We did all the things.
The things and the stuff.
And yeah, I'm excited for the future. I can't wait I don't know when the direct is coming, but I believe it's coming sometime in September. I hope y'all saved y'all money, because I feel like September I'm gonna have to take out another loan maybe or something. Cash in my 401k early.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, so y'all get ready.
All right,
you ready to go?
I'm trying to take the music off so that I can put the music that means that the podcast is coming to an end. But here it is. All right, my friends, this has been a great podcast. We had a lot of fun talking about video games, and Hollow Knight Silksong is coming on the 4th. All right, get your copy today. Only $19.99. It's available. The video that I published last has the link to the pre-order on GameStop, which is, to my knowledge, the only pre-order up right now. You can get it up there. You go get a digital code. You can buy up to 3 copies apparently, and so that is available now. I haven't done any research since the podcast started, so I don't know when or any other pre-order links. But there's a pre-order link in the video, so check that out. What else? That's it. Hollow Knight Silksong is an awesome game. I'm playing the version thingy. And let me introduce the cast here tonight that made this podcast amazing, starting with the great Beard Guild Network. What do you have going on, and where can we find you?
Right now I am sending images to the Discord so that you could replace my bottom screen with what I sent you, which Joycey already knows what it is. Just because it'd be pretty funny. But you could if you want to.
How do I do that?
Yeah, how do we do that? I'll do it if Mike does it.
Yeah, just replace my live feed with that image, and that's kind of funny. But what I have going on, I got my new short series every day where I do today in gaming history, what came out on this random day X amount of years ago. That's pretty fun. And yeah, those are all on X, those are on YouTube, they're on Blue Sky, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on TikTok, they're blowing up, and that's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm gonna be playing some Kirby and the Forgotten Land DLC this weekend. I picked it up on Wednesday night. It's been good. And yeah, I'm at Paul Gale Network everywhere.
It's $19, right? Like when you own the game.
Yeah, $19. If you don't have the game, now I love buying and supporting new games, but the more reasonable thing to do is find Kirby on Nintendo Switch used for like $20-$30, spend $20 for the DLC, and now you just spent $40-$50 on the whole shebang instead of $80.
Yeah, I saw it on $9 like at Mercari, like on that used like the actual hard copy. So yeah, you can find that hard copy and then update. Really good advice there. That's how I also upgraded to, I can't remember what game that I bought like that. It was cheap, and then I upgraded to that. So Joycey J, Zelda's mama, the queen of Hyrule and this podcast. Where can we find you?
Can you turn down the music just a little bit? I was kind of struggling to hear Paul. Just a little bit. We still want to hear it just a little bit. I was struggling to hear Paul, and he's like,
go ahead.
Right there. Right there. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joycey J. I'm just a crazy old lady who loves video games. Follow me on Twitter at DJ Joycey. I like Zelda and Bayonetta and Octopath Traveler. And oh yes, update on Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. Hi Paul. I have been loving the game. It is very, very well written, well drawn. It's very dark Disney, and things are happening that I can't explain at the moment on screen. So I hope you all have a great long weekend. We ain't got to go to work on Monday, y'all. Hey. Yes, that was the picture. Okay, Team Jacob. Paul is officially Team Jacob.
Okay. Oh, you mean we're talking about the vampire teen movie from the 90s.
Twilight.
It wasn't in the 90s, Mike. But yeah, we are talking about Twilight.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Lost Boys.
Ew. No shade, but I couldn't get into
the Lost Boys. That was
number of reasons.
That was scary.
Not scary. It was just there's certain things about it. But no, Twilight was it's just a love story. It's not even, it wasn't as serious as people make it out to be. So it's really cool that Paul was able to meet Taylor Lautner because Paul knows everybody.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, I've been following, I've seen Taylor Lautner in person many times because, a martial artist stick together and stuff. And so I used to go to tournaments to do my weapons. I used to the bow, and I saw a lot of his tournaments when he was a kid. Doing his whole bunch of forms and crazy stuff. So I know about him even before he was an actor, right? And then he started doing Shark Boy and Lava, whatever, and he went up from there. Yeah. But yeah, I've known Taylor for the longest time already too. All right. So here at the at the Nintendo Odyssey, at the Odyssey, let me put the music up there. You can find me here every single day at the podcast. I am starting to live stream more on the channel now that I have my setup good, right? This is what I've been trying to work on. Another thing is that I will be moving. I am moving. So I all this is going away. I need to take all this down. So voice over videos on the channel for my regular videos will be a thing moving forward, at least until we move to the new house and I have everything set up. And the podcast, you'll see like a little different setup of me like sitting in the corner or whatever with the green screen. But yeah, we're moving house. Hopefully bigger studio when it's all said and done, and we're gonna have some fun with that. Another thing I wanted to show you is something I mentioned that I was working on really quickly. And I'm just going to show you just a little bit of just a little hint. You guys want to hear the instrumental, or you want to hear with some vocals?
Both.
Okay, instrumental.
Does that count?
Yeah. Can you hear this, by the way?
No.
Can you? Or no?
Not yet.
I wonder. Okay, maybe if I just put this share image, share video file, share this. Um, mm, Maybe okay. Let's try this. Really quickly here before we go, because basically what I'm doing is giving you a teaser of the music video that I'm releasing for you guys. Asked for this. You said, Mike, how about you make a music video for a game? And I said, okay. When I did the my body is ready. That was a parody. This is a real thing. That my vocals there were heightened, and my vocals were all like because it was a parody game. I wasn't really doing my thing there, but here, because this is a game that I love, I wanted to make sure that it came out well, and so you're gonna have to wait a little bit for it because I don't know how to show you the song here. So at least you're warned, or you're. I've told you before time. Trying to figure out how to do it, but
so
yeah,
gypped.
huh? You feel so what?
I feel so gypped. Like
What?
I was all hype, and then it's like, oh no, man, I can't get into work. Dang it!
Oh, well,
I wanted to hear it. It's okay if it doesn't work. I'm just teasing.
let me
I
see
really
if,
wanted to hear it.
if I just. Oh, can you hear that?
Is it your Skyward Sword song?
Yeah.
We can't hear it.
No. Okay, let me see what. All right, let me. This is it's a weird, but I think I can do something real quick. Let me see. Do you guys have like a minute to wait, and I can show you? You have a minute?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. All right. You can head out if you want, Paul.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend, Paul.
I'm curious. Right. Maybe I'll have it on, listening it here, so I can still hear it. But I think I'll leave here because my son's waiting to build a new Lego Sonic with me, and I'm like,
okay,
I'll be there. But see you all later. I'm excited to hear it.
All right, let me go ahead and can you guys hear this? Or no? Yes or no? Yes, no.
A little bit, but it's not very loud.
You can hear that?
I heard something about seasons changing, and then I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah, okay.
But it wasn't loud though. I mean, it's like way in the background, like it's background noise.
Okay, yeah.
We can't hear it.
Oh, you mean like it was in my headphones, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and get this here. No, come on. All right. Be quick, guys. Be quick. I'm just putting it into video form so that I can show you guys quick. And I'll just show you a little bit because so that you guys can experience the whole thing better with the music video. Put sample. All right. So the song is called "Find You Again." It's about Link and Zelda, about two souls kind of having different types of like finding each other through time in different lifetimes. That's what it's about. So I can share it now. I'll show you. I'll only share just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Documents. Recent. Is that it? Movie. All right. Sorry, guys. Quick. Let's see where to save. Okay. I see it. Okay. All right. It's coming. Video. Documents. Where is it? Date. Here it is. Okay. Guys, hear it?
I've seen the seasons change, the kingdoms fall apart, but every time I lose you, I still know who you are. Your shadow in the silence, your light across the years. You're the reason I keep fighting, through the dark and through the fear. The story rewrites, but it's always the same. Two hearts forever, two souls with one flame. If I lose it all tonight, I know where it ends. I'll be walking through the ages just to find you again. No curse can ever break us, no night can ever win. 1,000 lives could pass, and I would find you again. Every road I wander, it always turns to you. Different faces, different lives, still our love is true. The battles keep returning, the years may fade away, but you're the one I'm running to. In every time and place, the story rewrites, but it's always the same. Two hearts forever, two souls with one flame. If I lose it all tonight, I know where it ends. I'll be walking through the ages just to find you again. No curse can ever break us, no night can ever win. 1,000 lives could pass, and I would find you again through the fire.
All right, that's it. And then you guys can hear the rest when the music video is out. So it's called Find You Again. You guys will hear it soon. It'll be available for members first for the first like 24 hours, and then it'll release to the rest of the channel. So yeah, that's the next music video. Got a little tease here. The music video is mostly, of course, I'm taking screenshots from the game and trying to make put their live story together and stuff. And yeah, it's crazy. It's emotional, so get ready. Because when you see those clips from the game and the lyric, it'll make more sense. So yeah. All right. That is it for the podcast. I'll see you guys in the next one. Before we let you go.
Wait.
Never
No. Shout out to N64 Josh. Safe travels. Have a wonderful time at PAX if you're listening. And we can't wait to see you when you get back. Y'all make sure y'all follow our other co-host, N64 Josh. N64 Josh on Twitter, TikTok, and I believe also on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So want to make sure that we show some love.
Completely forgot.
Now,
right.
Now you can end the stream.
Thank you, Joyce. You see, that's why we have the best co-host here ever.
I try.
All right. Never give up, guys, and journey on. Let's see if I can find the thing here, the little ending thing here. Get that one. Let's see what do we have here. I'll just have this guy here do his thing.